Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And today we've got a GM level ZVZ between Bulbasaur and PengWin here on Blackpink, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is going to be Bulbasaur, known mostly from Pokemon. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Zerg player from Storm Gaming, PengWin. All right, so this is billed as a very, very amazing high-level GM ZVZ. So I figured I'd cast it. Haven't cast a ZVZ in a while recently. Sadly, many people will not click on this because it is ZVZ. All right, long macro games of ZVZ are amazing. Short games of ZVZ, I admit, are pretty boring. Ling Baneling. Or, you know, just a roach push that ends the game very quickly. Nope, not my cup of tea. But after it gets past the 15-minute mark or so, yes, you'll see lurkers and mutalisks and broodlords and vipers and all sorts of craziness going on. Still remember a really amazing one I cast featuring cats over a year ago now, but it was redonkulous. Bases were dying left and right. There were little lurker booby traps everywhere. Mutas were trying to kill stuff. There were vipers parasitic bombing them. It was a good time. So, I mean, you clicked on this. You don't need this message, right? You don't need to hear this at all. But maybe in my next cast, I'll say, hey, go back and watch that ZVZ. It was great. It was great. Although, I don't know. I haven't watched it, so maybe it's not great. Perhaps it is not great. I don't know. Overlord's moving out for both players. Checking to see, is there any crazy early lings coming out? The answer is nope. Nobody even has their spawning pool done quite yet. It's the very same build. 17, 17, 17. 17 hatch, 17 extractor, and a 17 pool. And then from there, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Do you want to get speed real quick? Do you want to get roach warren? Do you want to go banelings? Do you want to get a quick lair? Do you want to go 2-ace muta? I mean, the options are there at that point. But to here, it's pretty much the same thing. Even if you go pool first and then a hatchery, you get up at the same point anyway. So there it is. 4 lings. 6 lings actually for PengWin and 4 lings for Bulbasaur. Getting speed, both players getting speed and 2 queens and an extra drone. So it looks like Bulbasaur is skipping one of his Zerglings to get an extra drone in there a little bit faster than his opponent. And I know StarCraft is a game of milliseconds, right? It's all about, did I get that upgrade fast enough? Did I hit that inject when I was supposed to? Did my mule call down get there on time? And if it didn't, you can be in trouble, but especially in mirror matchups. And especially in ZVZ. 1 extra ling can make all the difference in these little ling-on-ling battles. I don't know what it is. It is black magic. But you can have 5 lings versus 4 lings, and the 4-ling player wins. Don't know. Don't understand. Never have been able to. Perhaps somebody somewhere will be able to educate me one day. There's your Baneling Nest for Bulbasaur. PengWin follows up immediately with his Baneling Nest here too. So this is just early game pleasantries. This is just players making sure I don't die to early ling all-ins. Gotta have that Baneling Nest. It is a bad feeling, right? If you're up and you're defending and you're scouting and you're like, okay, I don't see, nothing came at the regular time for a Ling Baneling attack, I'm safe, and then 2 minutes later 40 Lings show up and you die. PengWin going after Bulbasaur's third base up here. He's trying to get north of his natural, and he might force a cancel. No. Oh, but he's got speed first. He's got speed first, just barely. Can he get this queen and these Zerglings? Yeah, he's trying. No. Wait, maybe. Yes, see what I mean? It's so close. Queen does go down, and more lings are showing up to join the party for PengWin. Bulbasaur getting reinforcements in here, too. It is just so fast. The ling versus ling stuff is absolutely insane. Some defensive banelings here for Bulbasaur on the low ground, and lings left behind. This third base by Bulbasaur is going to go down. I don't think there's any saving it right now. These banelings can waddle up all they want. Oh, he sees these other banelings. No, those are his banelings that were getting attacked by other. Oh, is he going to save this thing? No way, Bulbasaur. No. Get it, PengWin. Get the... No, 46 hit points. It is not dead. Dang it, PengWin. He had it. And he let it go. Let him off the hook. That was an NFL quote from, good golly, probably more than a decade ago now. All right, so saved the day, Bulbasaur did. Does he have any advantage because of that? He's got 36 to 34 workers. That's good. Got defensive banelings, more lings streaming across the map here for PengWin. He's trying to make this thing work with ling baneling while getting a lair back home. So just trying to keep the opponent off his back while he does damage on the other side. It's a good strategy. If you can put pressure on your opponent and macro at home, it's harder to do, but you can get ahead fairly well. I mean, he could... Oh, this hatchery. 63 hit points. He could Baneling bust it. Maybe that's what he's going to try to do. Baneling busting a hatchery. Not something you see every single day of the week. Morling's moving out for a Bulbasaur. I think checking to see, yeah, trying to go the long way around and not get scouted while scouting himself. Banelings, no, what? Get it? Yes, gets it. He Baneling busts the hatch and it does go down. All right, Bulbasaur has to replace his third base, but Morling's rolling in. He's going to pick off this queen to the third base of PengWin, just south of his natural base. No, saves it. Saves it with defensive Baneling. Again, if ZBZ is a struggle for you, then get defensive Banelings, man. They help a lot. They help a lot in these situations. And it is going to be Muta out of PengWin here. So 3-base Mutalisk. Meanwhile, Bulbasaur is just now starting his lair here at his natural base, so can't quite catch up on the tech side of things, but that's A-okay. It'll be just fine. Mutas take a while to get out here. You can scout them and get Spore Crawlers up before they can make it across the map. So this is why I recommend scouting. Ding! TM. I don't know who has that trademarked, but they do. So Banelings from Bulbasaur just hanging out by themselves, which is bad, because then a single Zergling can harass them like this. And look, single Ling for single Baneling. Fair trade. Excellent. More Lings rolling on in. Oh, simultaneous attacks from Bulbasaur at the natural base and at the third base here. Baneling. Whoa, that was not good for Bulbasaur. Lost all of his Banelings to a couple, but the Ling run by into the main base of PengWin is going to be a problem for PengWin. Queen gonna go down. Drone starting to go down here as well. More Zerglings doing stuff. This Zergling picked off a Queen by himself at the third base of the PengWin. Queen goes down. A lot of drones going down here too. 5 drones have been lost by PengWin so far. Is there still... Oh, okay. Another Queen pops out at the third base. Saves it. Ling's trying to hide here inside the main base of PengWin. Dead here too. And 7 Mutas on the way from PengWin. 7 Mutas is a lot of Muta. But Spore Crawler's on the way. Oh, he did scout the Spire because he had the Lings. So accidental scout. He didn't go in there for the purpose of scouting. He wanted to kill stuff. But while he was there, he took a look around and said, Spire. I will get Spore Crawlers, which are really good against Mutalisks, you guys. They are so scary. 30 damage, rather, per shot. Range of 7 versus biological units, which Mutalisks are. This was, for a long time in Heart of the Swarm, ZBZ was straight up Muta on Muta battle, and it was boring. And so Blizzard said, you know what? We're going to make it so that Spore Crawlers are really good against Mutalisks, just to discourage people from going Muta every single time in ZBZ. And it's worked. It's worked out very well. It didn't even mess with the balance of any other races, because nobody else has biological flying stuff. It's just Zerg. So it was one of the better decision-making examples I can think of. So PengWin knows he can't really get in there and start killing workers. He's going to try to kill overlords that are trying to come home. And he's doing pretty well with it. Big old small Ling attack up here in the north. Again, I don't know who's going to win this thing. I think PengWin's got it. He does. Okay, good. No upgrades on his dudes, and no upgrades on the dudes of the Bulbasaur either. Actually, going for +1 attack on the ground is Bulbasaur, which is good. I do like to have upgrades for my Lings in ZVZ especially. They're much better against roaches if they have it. And +1 armor lets them survive a single Baneling hit. So think about it. There's your Lurker Den. I told you. I told you we'd have fun stuff today. There is your Lurker Den from Der PengWin. And getting Baneling speed, centrifugal hooks, is Bulbasaur while getting a very quick hive. He was late on his lair, but he's fast on his hive timings right now. Zergling's trying to get in to the natural base of PengWin. Nope. Lings, Banes defending that very, very nicely. Again, map awareness is so important in ZVZ because Zerglings are so fast. They're so fast, and they can't just wall off, right? Zerg doesn't wall off. Well, I guess you can wall off if you're going for some kind of a Roach Ravager timing, but... Oh, Baneling, rolling Banelings here for the Bulbasaur. And a couple Baneling hits. Still got 2. Good in that mineral line. Got it. Couple drones died. A major attack up here. Once again, Bulbasaur just trying to attack on in, but PengWin learned his lesson. He's defending this natural door no matter what. PengWin's making 13 Hydras with the intent of going for a whole bunch of Lurkers at some point. Also, Bulbasaur beats PengWin to the 4th base punch. Starting his 4th base just outside and up and to the right of his main. If that makes any sense. Does it make any sense? I don't know if it makes any sense. The Mutas by PengWin say, nope, you do not get a 4th base if you have no anti-air defending it. I'm going to murder it real fast. Bulbasaur's going Ultralisks, dude. Oh, these queens. They want to save the 4th base, but they can't. Boop. Oh, it doesn't even get a cancel off. What was that, dude? You can't just lose it. You got to cancel it. I thought maybe he thought he had it. Alright, so it's going to be Ultralisks for Bulbasaur versus Mutalisks for PengWin. Now, you'd think Mutas would have the advantage because they can fly and hit stuff on the ground, and Ultralisks can't return the favor, but it also takes them forever to kill an Ultralisk. Literally forever. to kill an Ultralisk. So they can be there wrecking your base while you're just throwing acid spores at them as fast as you can and just losing your base anyway. We'll see if that happens to PengWin here or not. Broodling at this potential 4th base location for PengWin, and no. Sorry, drone. You are not allowed to build here. Maybe he can. A sneaky trick maybe would be to splash damage his own worker and then get the Ling maybe. I don't know. Well, just bringing detection's also pretty good. So delaying that, well, the 4th base of Bulbasaur is almost 50% complete again. 8 lurkers in production, 3 infestors coming in, +2 melee attack and chitinous plating being researched by the Bulbasaur. Production tab very, very busy for Bulbasaur right now. Meanwhile, PengWin is not. He's flying his Mutalisks around. Ling attack from Bulbasaur coming up, and there are so many Banelings here, though. Enough. Got it. No, almost got a Creep Queen. 2 hit points on that Creep Queen. Spreading her creep, getting saved by her Ling buddies. Zergling buddies. All right, so PengWin is not investing at all in these Lings or the Ultralisks that he possibly could make, and that's because he's not making Ultralisks. He's instead getting +2 flyer. Oh, he did just start melee attack level 1. So maybe he is investing a tiny bit in here, but 3 Ultras already on the way for Bulbasaur. How's he got to protect them? I mean, I know I was kind of making some jokes about Ultras are unkillable by Mutas, but when the Mutaflocus starts to get really big and it has +2 attack, it can start whittling them down uncomfortably fast. Let's just say that. How are the upgrades on these queens? Got +1, +1, 2. Excellent. So +1, +1 queens and a Spore Crawler at this 4th base should be just fine as far as defense goes for the Bulbasaur. All right, so it's a Ling Lurker Muta with Overseer support attack on the way from our Blue Zerg player, the PengWin. Queens stabbing away. Burrow Infestors here, too. The Lurkers are going to be a problem, though. Lurkers burrowing at the top of this ramp. They don't have Digging Claws. They don't have the instantaneous burrow mechanics here. Oh, Ling's coming up here just getting massacred. Very good against Ultras, actually. Ultra versus Ling right now. Can we do this thing? Yeah, the Ultras are fine. Okay, good. But no, so much stuff going on. Ling's on top of the Infestors. Infestors trying to chain fungal down the Mutalisks, but do they have enough infested Terrans down as well? That does force the Mutas away. The anti-air of infested Terrans is absolutely disgusting. The Lurkers on the high ground here still holding it for the PengWin. Ultras going down, getting transfused. No, one goes down. The anti-air, man. Wow, look at these purple shots heading on out here. And all the Lurkers are dead. Okay, wait. Now they're dead. That's what I meant. Now they're dead. Wow. 136 to 102 total supply. Resources lost, 11,000 for PengWin compared to 9,900 for Bulbasaur. And that's a lot of dead things. How many Mutas died there? 12 dead Mutas, 3 dead Ultras, 4 dead Infestors, 13 dead Lurkers, though. 13 dead Lurkers is so many dead Lurkers. Is he still going for it? He's still going for it. He's making 11 more back home. Is PengWin. His 4th base is up and happily established. Ling's checking to see. Can we maybe expand up north here for that 5th base? Or we're just going to sit on 4 bases forever and ever? I don't know. Muta's picking off creep tumors. I was going to say, I thought he was done with Muta production. No, he's making 3 more to add to the 3 that he already has. Yeah, a total of 6. Ling's running into this 4th base of the Bulbasaur, picking off a bunch of these drones. Queen's not really going to be great in the situation. Got to be Ultras, and it is. Transfuses on the 4th base to keep it alive, and Ultras chasing away the Lings eventually there. Working on +2 ground carapace, making these Ultras even more tanky as Bulbasaur. Psystorm finally getting himself a hive. Ling's trying to attack into this 4th base of PengWin and getting shoved away by Mutas and a whole ton of Lurkers. This is where the Lurkers have set up, so it's a bad place for Zerglings. Bad place for the Zerglings. Who's going to go for a 5th base first is my question. These Lings keep checking this top section. Bulbasaur keeps checking this top left-hand corner. Not entirely sure why, but unsupported Ultras, man, on a mission all their own. Well, I guess they do have some Overseers for support. So clearing out some creep, making sure that PengWin doesn't know he's coming unless he knows that he's coming, but there are so many Lurkers burrowed here. It doesn't really matter. Not getting in there. Not getting in here with your Ultras. The bonus damage versus armored is kind of a big deal. Oh, Burrow Infestor. Burrow Infestor! Wait, where'd the detection on the Infested Terran drop, though. Infested Terrans getting a lot of them dying here. Also taking out a bunch of drones, too. Maybe that was not as effective as you would want, as the Lurkers tore through many of them before they even managed to hatch out of their eggs. Ling attack by Bulbasaur into the 4th base, recognizing, okay, they're away from home right now, and then getting the heck on out. So how many drones have been killed? 14 drones lost by PengWin, only 5 by Bulbasaur. 59 to 60. Nobody really willing to get that much higher on the worker count. Digging Claws, there it is. That's the upgrade that allows the lurkers to burrow much more quickly. Much more quickly. More infestors in production by the Bulbasaur. Ultras, breaking apart stuff there. This is where the 5th base of Bulbasaur is, down here in the center section. Center bottom section of the map. Getting some Vipers is Bulbasaur, very good against Mutas. Again, that Parasitic Bomb I mentioned previously, it's very good. Also a Greater Spire by Bulbasaur. He's teching up. Let's just say that. Ultra Infestor Viper with Broodlord is not a bad composition. PengWin's got his lurkers, though. They got the +1 attack. They're working on +2 attack. There's the Fungal. Are the Ultras going for it, man? They're going for it and trying to distract the lurker spines by using Infested Terrans. Is there going to be enough Ultras to get through these lurkers? The answer is yes. Also, the Queen's very good in anti-air against these Mutalisks. What an absolute crushing by Bulbasaur during that attack. Forced to flee with his handful of Mutalisks remaining. I mean, if you help these Ultras out, they'll be very good for you against the lurkers. Just don't... Transfuse helps a lot here. Do you guys have any transfuses? Yes. Transfuse this Ultra. He has 2 kills and 16 HP. He can be better. He can be better. Lings by PengWin rolling down into this 3rd base. And defensive Lings showing up. Again, they're +2 Lings for Bulbasaur. Whereas the Zergling and PengWin only have +1 attack, which means they're in a heck of a lot of trouble in a straight-up fight, unless they severely outnumber their opponent, which in that case, they did. Ling trying to knock down this debris, adding an additional attack path into the 4th base of the PengWin. Knocking down rocks is kind of what Bulbasaur seems to be into right now. Mutalisks and Lings chasing those guys away, though. Get away from our rocks. That's our house. That's our front door. That's our something. PengWin's got a 5th base down south of his 3rd as well. Lings do manage to scout that and just get the heck on out of there. Actually, they're not chased by everyone, are they? Well, maybe they sort of are. There they go. Here comes the flock. The flock. And all of Bulbasaur's Lings are dead. But that did buy him some time. Get his 5th base up. He is working on getting maxed out here. PengWin's sitting at 175 supply, while Bulbasaur, on the other hand, is at 159. And there's the Broodlords, though. 4 Broodlords in production. I don't know. We have a good answer against Broodlord, PengWin. He's making Hydras, which are pretty good, but I think he's going to make those into Lurkers, which are bad against the Broodlords. What does he have that can kill Broodlords right now? 5 Queens and 6 Mutas. That doesn't seem like a lot. Does not seem like a lot. And he is changing them into Lurkers. So these Broodlords, the good thing about Broodlords is they're slow. And as they're moving across the map, if you scout them out, as PengWin should be able to do, then you can try to get up some Corruptors or something. I mean, he's got the Spire, and he should have a pretty decent bank, but he keeps spending his money on these Lurkers, which are not going to be ideal. Sadly enough. Okay, what are we going to do here? Moving in. Moving to the country. Gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Don't know where that came from. Burrow Infestor hit squad. Sneaking into this 4th base of PengWin. He also has a 6th base up north, too. He's trying to make, I think the Infestors missed. Another Infested Terran play, perhaps. Big old attack. Blinding Cloud on these Lurkers, forcing them to get the heck on out of their Lurkers. Burrowing. Lings coming from a roundabout. Maybe sneaky attack from the backside. And here we go. Ultra Broodlord. Infested Terrans going after PengWin's 4th base here, too. Losing a lot of drones. But then Lings here in the 4th base of Bulbasaur and the 5th base, they do manage to take it down despite the presence of some Spine Crawlers. They force Bulbasaur to go back home. But PengWin does lose his 4th base in the process to the Infested Terrans that do benefit from attack and armor upgrades. This Zergling run by is beautiful by PengWin, making a lot of stuff die for the Bulbasaur. Dropping some Broodlings down to try to get rid of these guys. Not exactly what you want, but a whole bunch of other Zerglings with better upgrades is exactly what you want. That's going to be just fine. And more Infested Terran shenanigans up here at PengWin's 6th base. Up north. Can they get it done is the question. No. Mutas, don't be here. Mutas, don't try to fight against these guys. Oh, man. Muta's in a lot of trouble. I mean, yeah, Infested Terrans are dying, but they're going to die anyway. It doesn't really matter. Wow. Can they get this last one? No. 21 hit points, but the hatch goes down anyway as Zerglings come to effectively destroy it here. So suddenly down to 4 bases is PengWin. He was looking at 6 for a second there, but Bulbasaur is down to 3. So he is pulling back playing a little bit defensively here. 64 Lings in production for PengWin. Ling run by Bulbasaur into the main, killing the queen. And then getting cleaned up by Lings in the meantime. It is just, Lings are so fast. They're very fast. I know other people know, everyone knows this. Lings are fast. Oh, the Lurker burrow to get rid of these Zerglings running across the map to kill his stuff. What a play. What a play out of the PengWin. Resources lost. 27,000 for PengWin compared to 23,000 for the Bulbasaur. Was that 48 drones have died for PengWin? 48 drones have died. It's 34 to 39. It's not down that much. You maybe just overmade a tiny little bit here. Lings maybe trying to sneak on in. Checking to see is there a base expansion there. Nope. There is definitely not. Getting Burrow. Getting Zerg missile attacks level 3 is PengWin. Working on adrenal glands for his Lings is the Bulbasaur. And it's a bit of the silence. A bit of the silence before the oncoming storm. Oncoming storm? Oh, and I don't want you to forget, but yes, I will be casting with Just Jordan on Gauntlet tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Twitch.tv/GauntletSC2 if you want to see some live StarCraft. Whoa, burrowing all the lurkers very, very quickly. Transfusing this Ultralisk, who is in the middle of the storm, and he refuses to die, at least until the Queen's run out of energy, or, there it is, or die themselves. That was amazing. Lurkers coming into Bulbasaur's third base. Broodlords attacking on into PengWin's fourth base down south. This could turn into a base race scenario. The ladies and the gentlemen. Goodbye, everything you ever knew. Heading on down to the south, going after the natural base, possibly. No, fourth. Going for the fourth. Yeah, I think we're kind of base trading here. PengWin is getting some Infestors. Perhaps the anti-air of Infestor would be enough to take down a Broodlord. Haven't seen that. Oh, I'm excited to see some potentially new stuff here. For sure. Did I say tonight? When I said tonight, I meant on Sunday. I don't know what's going on. More Infested Terrans up here at PengWin's. Oh, this is his fifth, right? I don't know what I've been calling it. Regardless, a lot of drones going down here. PengWin is down to a total of 12. But Lurker is pretty good at base racing, as it turns out. Bulbasaur is going to lose his Hive. Thank you for coming, Hive. It was nice knowing you. And trying to fungal down. There it is. Okay. So fungal Infested Terran here. Oh, and very nice, though. Broodlord's hiding back behind on this high ground. Killing a couple Infestors. Trapping another one of them. All right. He's threatening this third base. Is he forcing the Lurkers to come home? I mean, the Lurkers have done a lot of damage as it is. There's one mining base by Bulbasaur right now, which is real bad. But more Infested Terran stuff in here by Bulbasaur inside PengWin's main base. He's going to lose a lot. Are you still trying to Infested Terran this thing? This is turning into some really crazy ZVZ stuff right now. Infested Terrans trying to hold the line against Broodlords. Not something I've seen, I don't think, in the past. Vipers flying by. Lurkers burrow. Can I kill those? No, they're flying. Sorry. Broodlord's defending here with an Ultralisk and some Roaches, but the Lurkers just absolutely tear through everything on the ground. Wow. Everyone dead. Broodlord's trying to hold it as best they can, but it doesn't matter. The base is toast. Blinding Cloud up. Made? No. Not enough to save the hatch, and then they unburrow and retreat before these Broodlords pop up here. Abducting a Lurker. I don't think it's going to die anyway, though. It does manage to escape very, very quickly. Another Infested Terran play here at PengWin's fifth base. Goodbye. Goodbye, all of the drones. Blah, blah, blah. I was going to say, maybe they can get this hatch with their +1 attack. Wait, what? The Zerglings could have stopped this, but instead they got pulled away to go somewhere else, and they're going to lose that hatchery. What is happening? Oh, the Mutas by PengWin redeeming themselves, taking out a couple Broodlords there at this final base of Bulbasaur. Not looking good. PengWin going to lose his third base entirely, though, to these Broodlords. They're still Infestors, rather, inside of PengWin's main base by the Bulbasaur. Parasitic Bomb on the Mutas, but they should regenerate their health very, very quickly indeed. These Lurkers are still undefeated champions, man. They are still... There's that one time that Lurker Ball got crushed, but other than that, they've been very, very good. Oh, Bulbasaur trying to retake his fourth. Cancels just as soon as those lurkers burrow. Infested Terrans going after the hive of PengWin. Can they get it? It's not looking good. There's a lot of HP on this thing, and they only have so much time before they die. And there it is. Completely dead. Parasitic Bomb again on these mutas, killing one of them. The other one, is it going to die? No! What? Just runs out. 3 hit points left on that, dude. Lurkers continuing to crush stuff through here. It is 5-4 Harvesters, 77-46. Total supply here. Infested Terrans just trying to murder stuff in the main base. Broodlords by Bulbasaur going after PengWin's natural, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I mean, PengWin, he does have his long distance mining here. So we'll give him that. Look out! Infested Terrans, run! Oh, the fungal slowing them, making it even harder to run. One goes down immediately, the other one too. Wow, that's so much better than I thought it was going to be. And suddenly, what is left for Bulbasaur? The answer is these Infestors, I think. 2 Broodlords. He still has 2 somewhere. I don't know where. Got the spawning pool, which is fine. Which is absolutely just fine, but I guess he has these Vipers too. He's got these couple Broodlords, but this is going to be it. The Infested Terran's very good against the air stuff here. And then the Lurker's good against anything on the ground that Bulbasaur decides to make. I don't see it happening, is what I'm trying to say. More Infested Terrans being tossed up. And going to finish off the hive. Wait, are they going to finish off the hive? One of the Infested Terrans is distracted by this Overlord. All right, well. Lings from Psystorm going after the remnants of the 3rd base of Bulbasaur. Lurker does get killed here. All right, abducting, but the Infested Terran play and the fungal. Oh my gosh, everybody's going to die. Everything is going to die. Wow. Didn't get those Broodlords, surprisingly enough. But this round certainly is going to make it happen. Even Corruptors are no match for the purple laser bolts being shot by these Infested Terrans. More Infested Terran shenanigans, and that's it. A good game from Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is defeated, and PengWin was victorious. Oh, I told you ZVZs are fun past the 15-minute mark or so. That was awesome. That was amazing. Stuff you've never seen before. Tell your friends to come watch this one. Yeah, our resources lost. Bulbasaur was up for the majority of the game, but it really turned the tides towards the later there. It's 44,000 resources lost for Bulbasaur compared to 39 for PengWin. So flip that script for sure. 88 workers died for PengWin, but he had 5 at the end of the game, and Bulbasaur had 0. Bulbasaur ended up losing all 11 of his Broodlords, 259 Zerglings, 71 drones. That's interesting. There's a discrepancy there. I wonder if he killed some of his own by accident. 19 Infestors, 13 Ultras, and all of his buildings. PengWin ended up losing 372 Lings, 22 Mutalisks, 40 Lurkers, 8 Infestors, 10 Queens, 5 Hatcheries. Losing 5 Hatcheries and winning is hard. And a Hive. I mean, this was it. This was his home base. If he hadn't won this engagement, he was in a lot of trouble. So, all right, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.